You keep telling yourself you don't need anyone. You answer late. You disappear when things get close. You act calm while your chest feels like a locked room. And people call you distant. But what if distance was never the real story? Picture this. Someone finally treats you well. They text consistently. They listen. They show up. And instead of feeling relieved, you feel irritated, suspicious, heavy. You start noticing tiny flaws. You crave space. You miss them while pulling away from them at the same time. Then you wonder what's wrong with you. Here's what's really happening. What people call avoidant behavior often isn't a lack of love. It's a protection strategy built when closeness once felt unsafe, disappointing, controlling, or emotionally expensive. You didn't learn that connection equals comfort. You learned that connection can cost you peace. And healing starts when you understand what actually helps that pattern soften. So let's break it down. Number 1. Avoidants heal through safety, not pressure. Most people think love heals by pushing harder. More texts, more talks, more demands for vulnerability. But pressure often activates the exact defense it's trying to solve. Your nervous system reads force as danger, even when the person means well. It's like trying to open a clenched fist by squeezing tighter. What helps instead is consistency without invasion, warmth without chasing, presence without interrogation. You're not cold, you're cautious, and that changes everything. Because once safety enters the room, walls don't need to work overtime. But here's the part people miss. Number 2, avoidants heal when they stop confusing independence with isolation. You may pride yourself on needing nobody, handling everything alone, never asking for help. It can look strong from the outside, but sometimes self-reliance becomes a beautiful disguise for old pain. You learned that depending on others could lead to disappointment, so you built a kingdom of one. Strong walls, empty rooms. Real healing doesn't destroy independence. It upgrades it. It turns "I need no one" into "I can stand alone and still let people in." You're not powerful because you isolate. You're powerful because you can connect without losing yourself. And that's where it gets weird, because the next part feels smaller but matters more. Number 3. Avoidants heal through emotional honesty in tiny doses. Many people imagine healing means dramatic confession, crying for hours, revealing every wound in one night. Usually that backfires. Healing often looks boring. I felt overwhelmed earlier. I need space, but I still care. That conversation mattered more than I showed. Tiny truths rewire trust. Your system doesn't need emotional flooding. It needs manageable honesty repeated over time. Think of it like sunlight through a window, not a spotlight in your face. You're not incapable of feelings. You're unused to expressing them safely. And each honest sentence teaches your body that closeness doesn't have to become chaos. But wait until you hear what accelerates this process. Number 4. Avoidants heal when they experience relationships that respect boundaries. Some avoidant patterns were shaped by enmeshment, criticism, emotional unpredictability, or people who treated boundaries like rejection. So now, even healthy closeness can feel like a trap. That's why one of the most healing experiences is simple. Someone hearing "not now" without punishing you. Someone respecting space without revenge. Someone staying steady without controlling you. It feels unfamiliar at first, maybe even suspicious, because calm can feel boring when you were trained on chaos. But healthy love is not loud, it's reliable. You're not hard to love, you're sensitive to intrusion. And when boundaries are honored, intimacy stops feeling like surrender. But there's one deeper layer most people never mention. Number 5. Avoidants heal when they grieve what they never received. This is the hidden doorway. Sometimes you're not reacting to the present person. You're reacting to the absence of what should have existed long ago. Steady affection, emotional attunement, safe repair, room to need. You can't heal what you keep minimizing. Many avoidants say, "It wasn't that bad." Maybe, maybe not. But your patterns tell a story your memory edited. Grief is not weakness. It's the release of carrying unmet needs like contraband. You're not dramatic. You're finally acknowledging the bill your childhood handed adulthood. And once grief moves, space opens for love to land differently. Here's the beautiful contradiction. You may seem least interested in closeness while secretly needing depth the most. You may act detached while feeling everything in private. You may crave a rare kind of love, one that doesn't consume you, rush you, or make you perform for it. That paradox confuses people. They see the locked door, not the person guarding something precious behind it. You are often both guarded and deeply tender, reserved and intensely observant, hard to reach and profoundly loyal once reached. The distance was never emptiness. It was protection around depth. Now grounded caution. This pattern can become self-sabotage when every imperfect moment gets labeled as proof someone isn't right for you. When vulnerability is endlessly postponed. When "I need space" becomes a permanent exit door. Protection that never turns off becomes loneliness wearing armor. So try this reframe. Instead of asking, "How do I avoid discomfort?" ask, "What discomfort is actually safe enough to grow through?" Not every uneasy feeling is danger. Sometimes it's intimacy stretching muscles you never used. That distinction matters. Because healing isn't becoming clingy. It isn't oversharing. It isn't turning into someone else. It's learning that closeness and freedom can exist in the same room. And maybe that's your real story. Not that you were too distant. Not that you were impossible to love. Not that you missed your chance. Maybe you were waiting for safety, language, and timing to finally meet. Some hearts don't open with force. They open when they realize they no longer need to hide. So tell me in the comments, team need space or team need reassurance? And if this hit home, the next thing you need to understand is why avoidants often come back after pulling away. Because that pattern reveals even more than the distance ever did.